Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Harid, and here we are, the group 4 that consists of Donna Dominic, Indiana Prudence Praslin, Nur Ain Farhana Herom, and also Rosman Rosli. We are the 5 that will be presenting our seminar paper presentation with the title of Red Tape in the Public Administration within the context of New Public Management. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So, in contents, we have number 1, definition and concept. Number 2, background of the issue, and number 3, factors, number 4, effects, and number 5, suggestion, and number 6, the conclusion. So let's start with the definition. The definition. The red tape refers to excessive bureaucratic regulations, rules, and procedure that prevent the smooth operation of organization, which leads to delays, inefficiency, and frustration for individuals and businesses. The term red tape derived from the practice of affixing red tape to official documents in 16th century England. It has since become a metaphor for inefficiency in government and excessive administrative procedures. NPM, which means New Public Management, is a management approach used in government agency and public services at both the local and the national levels. NPM is widely regarded as a public administration approach that applies management and other disciplines' knowledge and experience to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of public service performance in modern bureaucracies. We move to the concept. Red tape is frequently associated with strict rules, regulation, and paperwork, which can lead to delays, inefficiency, and frustration for the individual or the business that are tempted to interact with government agency or to navigate bureaucratic system. Administrative processes that are burdensome and time-consuming, excessive paperwork requirements, lengthy approval procedures, and lack of flexibility in dealing with individual cases or unique circumstances are all characteristic of red tape. The delays, increased costs, decreased productivity, and a sense of frustration among those who must navigate bureaucratic system can all result. The goal is to remove unnecessary barriers, to improve efficiency, and to improve the overall experience of people and businesses interacting with the government agency. For the new public management concept, it has influenced public sector reform in many countries around the world. According to critics, an overemphasis on market-based mechanism and performance target can undermine the public service ethos, overlook equity consideration, and result in unintended consequences. As a result, the application and impact of NPM can differ across contexts and policy areas. According to Hood, 1991, the NPM is a management approach that advocates for the application of market-based principles and private sector practices to the public sector. NPM promotes a result-oriented management style as well as decentralization, accountability, and the use of performance metrics to evaluate and reward performance. One of the goals of NPM reforms could be to reduce red tape to improve the delivery of public services, as NPM emphasizes streamlining administrative processes, simplifying regulation, and increasing responsiveness. NPM can help mitigate the negative effects of red tape and promote more efficient and citizen-centric public administration by introducing concepts such as decentralization, performance measurement, and customer orientation. In terms of addressing inefficiency in public administration, red tape and new public management are related. Red tape especially refers to bureaucratic barriers and excessive administrative procedures, whereas NPM is a larger approach to management that seeks to improve public sector performance through different approaches, including reducing red tape. And that's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Good day, sir. My name is Indra Prince Muslim, and today I'll be presenting on the background and the current situation of red tape issue in Malaysia. Malaysia has always known with the red tape issue, or generally known as complicated bureaucracy. First and foremost, for a variety of operations, obtaining permissions, licenses, and approval can be a lengthy and challenging process. Businesses and individuals may experience significant delays and dissatisfactions as a result of many approval levels, unnecessary documentation requirements, and bureaucratic process. Next, Providing services to the public may be delivered poorly by some government agencies and departments. The efficient delivery of public services can be affected by lengthy process time, lack of cooperation between departments, and administrative challenges. In addition, in a global context, the red tape problem has seriously hampered our economic's ability to grow. To conclude, the issue of red tape in Malaysia has always been a concern, and it will take some time to properly address and solve this issue. The never-ending issue arising, especially relating to red tape, it is important to note that it is still remain a concern even until nowadays. First of all, with the current trend, artists around the world are holding their world tours where they'll be performing all over the countries globally. However, many of them, especially the big ones, are seems to avoid Malaysia, and this is due to the rising tide of conservatism and heavy red tape. Moreover, individuals that wish to open their own business need to face a lot of processes which will make them feel discouraged to do so. And by this, it can be seen that there is a huge potential for Malaysian economy to grow when red tape is not one of the main obstacles. Furthermore, the issue of red tape in Malaysia causes a huge problem on the legalization of migrant workers every year. And this is on the government, as they are the one who often procrastinate and often postponing affairs related to this. As a conclusion, the Malaysian government has made efforts to make business and improve the delivery of public services after realizing the value of cutting red tape. Malaysia must strive towards a more efficient public management system that benefits organizations, people, and the economy as a whole when the red tape issue is solved successfully.
Now, let's look into the factors of the issues of red tape in the public administration within the context of new public management. First and foremost, it is the resistance to change in organization. The organizational culture, practices, and mindsets must change significantly in order to incorporate new public management concept. Adoption of effective and streamlined procedures may be hampered because of the resistance to change among public employees. This can lead to red tape being sustained as they refuse to adopt to a new procedure and veer from conventional bureaucracies. Secondly is the limited resources in Malaysian organizations. Adequate resources, including financial, technological, and human resources, are needed for the implementation of the new public management reform. For instance, a lack of funding for digital infrastructure and technological improvement inside government organizations may hinder the adoption of online service delivery platforms. The development and implementation of efficient systems might be delayed due to a lack of resources, which would prolong bureaucracy as well as sustaining red tape. Next, for new public management to be implemented successfully, public workers' adaptability to its concept must be strengthened. It is essential to implement training programs that can give employees the abilities, information, and resources that they need to adopt customer-focused and efficient business practices. Without extensive capacity building programs, public officials could find it difficult to navigate and put essential changes into practice. Other than that, measuring and accountability of performance is also one factor in red tape. New public management lays a high focus on performance assessment and accountability in order to promote efficiency and effectiveness. However, it might be challenging to set up trustworthy monitoring systems, accountability frameworks, and performance measures. There may not be much motivation to emphasize efficiency and on-time service delivery due to the lack of clear consequences for subpar performance and insufficient performance assessment mechanisms.
Red tape can also result in higher costs for the government and the general public. Long administrative procedures may lead to greater transaction costs, which may include fees for paperwork, compliance, and time spent navigating the system. These increased expenses can burden people, business, and even the government, diverting funds that could be used more wisely elsewhere. Businesses and people may incur higher expenditures as a result of red tape. For instance, business owners must complete a number of bureaucratic steps and regulations while creating a new company in Malaysia. Financial constraint may result from associated expenditures such as legal fees and compliance costs, particularly for small and medium-sized businesses. And the lack of accountability and transparency is also a result from red tape. The accountability and openness of public administration can be harmed by red tape. It is difficult to trace blame when bureaucratic procedures are complicated and opaque. This lack of openness and accountability erodes public trust and can lead to accusations of bias, fraud, or unjust treatment. Red tape induces instances of accountability and transparency deficits that can erode the public confidence. For instance, Irregularities or delays in the processing of government tenders may raise questions about possible favoritism or corruption, undermining public faith in the openness and equity of the procurement process. One of the recommendations that could be taken is through a customer-centric approach that can significantly facilitate the implementation of new public management principles. NPM is a management philosophy that focuses on making public sector organizations more efficient, effective, and accountable by adopting private sector practices. By incorporating a customer-centric perspective, public sector entities can be better understand and respond to the need and expectation of their stakeholders, ultimately leading to improved service delivery and organizational performance. Adopt a customer-centric mindset by actively seeking feedback from service recipients is one of the ways. Also, using a feedback to improve service processes, identify bottlenecks, and enhance efficiency. Emphasize responsiveness and address customer concerns promptly to ensure time service delivery. The second suggestion is through performance measurement. Implementing a robust performance measurement system can also include clear performance indicators and targets. This allows for monitoring and evaluating the progress of NPM initiative, enabling the time to correct the action and drive the performance to be advanced. Moreover, it promotes accountability by making performance results transparent and accessible to stakeholders. NPM can use performance information to demonstrate the accountability to the citizens, elected officials, and also other stakeholders. It could also fostering the trust and confidence in public sector organization. Performance measurement also allows for the establishment of performance incentive, such as reward and recognition, to motivate employees and encourage high performance. NPM can leverage this incentive to promote a culture of continuous improvement and innovation within the public sector.
The third one is simplified procedure. Identify and simplify paperwork that are overly complex. Every form should be simplified, paperwork should be reduced, and duplicate stages should be eliminated to make the processes more easy and user-friendly. By doing this procedure in NPM, all paperwork that has been delayed for days can be done faster than before. Limited funding, constrained resources, and constrained timeframes are all factors that come into play when evaluating the public management. In this situation, by simplifying the procedure aims to make the best of use of public resources. By properly implementing it, the public sector may act honestly and offer high-quality services and actively work to cut back on inefficiencies. Then the delegating authority. Delegating authority enables time to be focused on organization's most crucial tasks. Furthermore, it gives those who are given authority a sense of responsibility and opportunity to develop a change to exhibit initiative. The transfer of authority from higher up to a subordinate does not imply a transfer of accountability, which is an important distinction to keep in mind. It is important to note that the superior are still responsible for the task. In fact, delegation means the transfer of accountability but not authority to the subordinates for fewer important tasks. And to conclude, due to the red tape issues in Malaysia, the country's operations such as providing licenses, services, and also the country's economic growth, and it might take time to be solved. Even when the government has taken some steps to reduce the red tape issue, there are some situations that shows that the steps are not really effective. Also, there are a lot of things that have been affected by the red tape in public administration in Malaysia within the context of the NPM, such as the delays in service delivery, decreased output and efficiency, resulting in higher costs for the government and the general public and lack of accountability and transparency. The issues of the red tape in Malaysia has been a serious issue that has never been solved for a long time, even though the government has implemented various approaches to completely cut it. Thank you.